Is everyone? I guess I could say I've been better, but honestly, the last few months has been kind of a pain for me, dealing with people, particularly people that I thought were my friends and turned into complete and utter jerks. But that's sort of drama that goes on, and it sucks when you have people who do that. And I honestly don't know what was the expectation. I really don't. The person in question was a girl I knew back in, well, she plays Final Fantasy XIV as well. I don't really talk to her as much as I really would like to, but the truth is that we have very differing opinions on things, and she obsesses over a band I literally could care less about. I tolerated it for a while, but after a while, after she basically insulted me for liking Alice 9, or not liking Alice 9, and her obsession with Alice 9, I kind of wanted to be left alone. FYI, she also blamed a lot of stuff on me in general. It's my fault this happened. It's my fault that happened. That's not entirely the most damning from her. One of which, she, quite frankly, wanted me to declaw a 7-plus-year-old cat, even though it has been proven medically to be a bad idea. But of course, no. Leave that to her to tell me I'm full of it, because you don't believe everything on the internet, do you? Even though I had already talked to a vet. I was friends with a vet tech. Are you really that stupid? So, yeah, so, was I really angry with her? Yes. Would I be angry with her still? A little bit. Mostly, I would be a little more overprotective of my cat. But then again, Hazel has passed away, and I'm a little on the, apprehensive side of getting another pet right now. More or less, I am apprehensive on getting a pet, and while I would love to get a new kitty, I would love to have a best friend. I know for a fact that there are people who are not that nice. And I miss having a very nice animal around. But I also don't want to risk getting hurt. I don't want to get hurt ever again, honestly. What happened with me and this girl just proved that I cannot trust anyone. But yeah, I was so... And then I found out something that just about had me go Well, I can't really stay angry at her because she didn't really do anything wrong. Okay? To deserve this. There is an individual in my community of anime nerds who is pretty much, quote-unquote, trash. I mean, this is a person who literally is a fuck. I can't cuss. If Telltale can't cuss on his stream anymore, I can't either. Okay, here we go. This person, is a freaking... I've talked about him before. He has stalked me. But what he did, commit to this, to, the girl in question, to me is beyond disgusting. One, yes, he is a known pedophile. Yes, he is a known problem, a quantitative problem in our community. And honestly, the fact that he now says he has changed, he has a job, he has all this, I don't believe him. I really don't, because he's lied to us before. He has done it 100 times before. He has treated us as if we're complete garbage before. I am not going to trust him after sending a text where he said that he would buy something for friendship of a girl that wasn't interested in him in the first place. And she put that down flat out already. Now, I'm not going to be naming names because she already has talked to me about it. And we all know she's not going to change. She is just never going to change. And I'm sorry, this guy cannot buy the fact that he has lied to us before, has told tall tales, has been telling people I'm a thief. FYI, I'm not a thief. I've never stolen anything. And yet, he turned around and told a bunch of people I stole my cameras. I'm a nature photographer. I inherited cameras. And now, I'm being told I'm a thief? Oh, thanks. Wonderful knowledge to know that these people exist, and he exists to tell people He also had the audacity to say my relationship with my husband is not a healthy relationship, which is FYI a lie. And I hate to be the bearer of bad review on him, but until he actually knows what's going on in my life, he has no right to talk about it. I am literally pissed because this is a guy who lies normally. And I mean, I am so not impressed with the text that he sent my friend, where he insinuates that she used him when he offered to buy the stuff for her with no idea of compensation. And she blocked him on Facebook because, again, this is a history of manipulation that he's used for the last 13 years, i.e. a self-inflicted idea. But I'm gonna go on a limb and say if he shows up at StarFest, I'm prepared for the worst thing he can do. Like the fact that he has realized I don't show up at conventions at his beck and call. I don't show because I have better things to do. Like i.e. this channel, which I am going to be doing more MLP reviews when I actually get the chance to do it. Also, to anyone who is a naysayer, yes, I absolutely love My Little Pony. Make Your Mark. I love this series. It is absolutely, for 5-minute shorts, are digestible and fun. And I honestly hope once we get more of these shorts, I am going to be doing more of the, I am going to be doing more with it. And I'm also going to be able to get my video editor back on my phone again and work with that. But till this day, I'm just going to tell you guys that, Electrophonic Kitty 2 right now is on hiatus due to a film editing issue I'm having. Because I can't remember my Filmora or my Windows password because somebody keeps deleting it. So I'm probably going to have to sit down on my laptop and try it again for the 50 millionth time. But yes, I have an account on Filmora. I play by the year, about $39.99. It's really worth it. Yeah, but here's the fucked up part about everything that's going on. As of late, yes, I am going to Starfest. I'm going to mention Starfest to people, coming up in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be working on a cosplay. By the way, for those of you who are, subscribers, I love you all. You guys are awesome. And if you are, any way at all involved in the, franchise that I'm part of, I am absolutely, livid to the fact that this individual, by the name of, Box Rocks, has, insinuated that I am in an unhealthy relationship. Whatever. Dude is, a weirdo, and I really don't want to deal with that drama. The drama that I have been dealing with should be involving the cosplays I'm working with, and also the work project on which I had to put on hold because of other problems. As for the nature photography, if you go to my live journal, the discussion on that, we will be discussing a later, newer thing. I am not entirely, sure if I can talk about this on a level about, projects, but it is not an easy project to go to a convention for me when I have social anxiety at times. And people in the fan base that I'm in so yeah. Why I didn't go to Colorado Anime Fest is because I was working. I dropped off some stuff on Friday to see Saturday to see some friends. I had a minor medical emergency on Saturday because I lost feeling in my hands, which turned out to be something a little less nerve-wracking, more or less. I suffer from carpal tunnel syndrome, which is a really bad case for some people, because people forget that I lose feeling in my hands. So when I do all my nature photography, I have to make sure I actually move my hands around a bit, because if I don't, I end up with what happened, where I end up really massively hurting myself and doing something that could actually be dangerous. If any of you have ever had carpal tunnel syndrome, it is where your muscles, it's technologically based, by the way. If you are typing, you will get it. Now, it's starting to show in a lot younger people, So I'm not entirely surprised that people get... Well, I usually don't get surprised if I hear about, like, a 14-year-old getting carpal tunnel, because guess what? Yeah, welcome to the land of technology. Technology is here to kick your ass. I'm sorry, teenagers out there. You guys are one, teenagers are not bad kids. I don't know who the frick teaches people that bull crap. There's some days, though, I really wish I could just tell a teenager that they need to literally look at the history of their cartoons. I actually got told that, the show I was into didn't exist. Bah, I guess yeah, you guessed it. So, anyway, this is the latest one, and this is the kind of bull crap I had to pull up with. And I mean, holy crap, this guy is a fucking full-on conspiracy theorist on his own. And he doesn't believe QAnon, by the way. My ex-friend is a total dip. But I'm gonna mention that, the reason why I do call him an ex-friend is at the time that I was, getting into anime for the first time, or actually finding out I had fellow fans to hang out with, Box of Rocks, or whatever, I call him Weeaboo Billy now, or my stalker, literally believe that if you like anime, then you should be interested in him as a viable date. Problem with that, FYI, problem with that is, mentally he's stuck at the age of 10. He's mentally stuck at 12. He is not a child, he is an adult. And I honestly am going to mention, I don't like 90% of the newer anime out there. I am not interested in, I like SAO. I will go back to those video games eventually. But I honestly do not like a lot of the newer animes that are coming out. Because they just don't play the story. And honestly, you can only play the same story over and over again, so it gets really, really old. I had people tell me that the stuff I like, this isn't anime related, thankfully, but I'm into a show called Forever. For those of you who are new to the channel, I will discuss Forever 9 at length in a couple videos later about how amazing that show was back for its time. I mean, at the time it was one of the most cutting edge. Unfortunately, it did not age well. I'm really not lying, it did not age well at all. So, anywho, the individual in question, Weeaboo Billy, had said, oh, I'm into that too. FYI, he wasn't. He used it as an excuse to stay a friend with me, but he also forgot that I kind of can smell bullshit. I literally told my mom, if she got a friend request from this person, to please, block, do not answer, do not talk, do not even give him the time of day. The problem with Weeaboo Billy is he is excessively needy. He is excessively like a child. He does not understand that not everybody likes the same stuff as he does. I don't like Naruto. I do not like Dragon Ball Z. I do not like One Piece. Those are great for my friends who are into that. I actually quite pleasantly like it when my friends are into that, because I don't have to be into it. I don't have to like it. I don't have to do anything. I just have to enjoy being around my friends, which is not a bad thing. Although I have told people that I do not like excessive bouts of violence. Like, I love Forever Night because the violence is carved. It's more story-based. I absolutely love that part of Forever Night because it is story-based. It has a lot of story to it. It does have a lot of stuff in it that not many people enjoy. And I honestly think that I don't want to watch a show like Vampire Night, which, by the way, that's what my ex-friend Weeaboo Billy accused me of mistaking the show. I told my friends I don't really like how he does that. It is not, it's demoralizing, it is painting me as a liar. He literally told people I'm a liar, that Forever Night does not exist. I really wish I did not have to say that, but I do, is he told everybody who has ears that I am not, that what I'm into doesn't exist. And I really don't know what to tell you people. I have the DVDs. I have the books. I am extremely proud of my fan base, of the fandom, and the fact that it's as nice as it is. But unfortunately, when you have people like Weeaboo Billy who have used the fandom as a sort of jumping off point, where they believe it is, quote-unquote, their human right to judge you on the basis of, why don't you want to watch Naruto? Why don't you want to watch my shows? I told Keith once, I don't like those shows, dude. And yes, I name-dropped him, I'm sorry. But I hate the shows he likes. I don't like TV, I don't like Naruto, I don't like those shows because they don't have any draw for me. And I don't like being called a half-assed anime nerd just because I don't watch the same shows anymore. I have other hobbies, and I really wish people would celebrate that. That I have other hobbies. What is wrong with that? I don't have time for DBZ or Naruto or those kind of shows. I have a job. I work at a freaking furniture store. I don't have time for that. I keep up with this channel barely at times because guess what? I'm usually very tired. And I'm right now battling a lot of sleep deprivation. Because my work likes to give me closing shifts. Where I am lucky I get home at least before midnight. And I honestly don't know how much more anyone can handle that. I literally sat there one day and asked my dad, how did he handle ever having kids and then getting up at 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning to go to work? You know, he said, well, he didn't get to bed around 11 o'clock at night. And honestly, it is a very difficult thing to talk about. I had to deal with a lot of that kind of stuff. And the last couple of months, I have been preparing for the Starfest and DokuCon, which isn't until November, but I am doing a Monarch Shrine. I have my costume for DokuCon, and Starfest will be a scientist from the series Godzilla. Yes, I am a huge fan of Godzilla, so sue me. I have literally watched that since I was a child, so I am gonna be saying it. I'm a freaking nerd. I am a freaking weird nerd. But that is just the sum of the issues I've had. Hello, anyone who's watching. Let's go. So, as you can see, I'm absolutely working on my bard today. So, I may go back into my crafters and update my crafters a little bit. I am not gonna be on for a while in May because again I am preparing for Starfest, so I may be actually offline for a while, or I'm going to be doing some maybe talks and stuff if you want to do it. But I am gonna say a few things regarding what happened at Kara Anime Fest to my friend. One, she is considered a special needs case. She does have Down syndrome, and she's absolutely a doll. I love my friend. She is a doll. We're gonna call her Sasha, okay? Sasha is a darling person. She can be a pain in my backside, but I absolutely adore her. She lives in Aurora. She and I have been friends for several years, and I'm one of the few people I will talk to her. I can handle her in small doses, but sometimes she can be a bit much. But her whole issue with him, with the what happened. What happened is something I cannot mention to a lot of people, because what he did was so, she did not ask for anything from him. He just sort of just gave it to her and expected some sort of friendship compensation, which I've seen this done before by many times by friends. I have seen people do this on conventions. I've seen people try to do this with me a couple of times, where I actually return items saying, I'm really sorry, I can't accept these. The worst part is when you can't accept a gift, feel kind of offended, but honestly, what he did pissed me off, because he obviously does not understand that he's still considered a very bad person. I'm not freaking kidding. He tried to tell a person like me that I cannot have girlfriends. I cannot have friends outside of him. And that is not okay. I literally have told people this. I do not make friends because of people like Weeaboo Billy, who spent years telling me that's the only kind of friendship I can get. Because, oh, you're supposed to be friends with this. That's the way it is. That's the way the fandom, that's the way special eds work. No. If you are a special ed kid and you watch my channel, I'm going to encourage you, if you want to make friends that are outside your friendship circle, go for it. Don't be told by teachers or things that you have to be friends with somebody who spends their time, all they ever do is watch Naruto, all they watch is DVD, all they do is watch anime that you don't like, or all they watch is shows that are popular, or like that. You are a human being. You deserve better. You deserve better friendship. Just so you know, that is not how the world works. One, you do not owe somebody anything if they make you uncomfortable. I have been there. I have done it. I have seen stupid things these people have done for generations. I have not had much luck with these people because they believe that everybody in the fandom is a fucking owes them. They are supposed to like people. They're supposed to enjoy people like that. No, that's not how it works. If you are an otaku, if you are a nerd, you're gonna die. But yeah, I'm just gonna mention, if you are a nerd and you are ever in your special need, you are a special needs case, do not feel like you are obligated to be friends with somebody just because they're also in the same book. No, you are not the same person. You are not the same individual. You are a human. You are a human being. You are not what that person sets you up to be. FYI, that is not a healthy situation. And I've been there. I've done that. I've read books. I've seen things. And I've known about this kind of stuff for decades. Because, guess what? I was expected to be that way. And I'm sorry that anyone who goes through that has to hear it from somebody like me who simply said, I don't believe in it. Just because you're special needs does not mean you have to be friends or friendly to somebody who it turns around and tries to sexually assault, demean, and follows you religiously. You are not that person. You are not their mother. You are not their boyfriend or girlfriend. You are you. Be you. And quit following the trend of the fan base. But I am not going to be mad at anyone who sees this post and goes, oh, you're being mean. I'm not being mean. I am being practical here. I am not a freaking... I have been in the shoes of people who have had to deal with trauma in the fan base that I'm in. And I honestly have seen some better fandom drama in the furry fandom. And I literally have to say it. If you are a furry, you are in good company here now. So please do not feel, like I have to obligate. You are not obligated to like somebody. I literally have to yell that at you. Just because you were in special ed does not mean you are obligated to be nice to the individuals who literally are there. I should know I had kleptomaniacs for friends. And trust me, I'd like my copy of Final Fantasy VII back, but I'm never gonna get it. Trust me, never gonna happen. But I learned to accept and move on. Because guess what? When you are a person who has been in this drama all your life, college, high school, you name it, I've been in it. And I've seen stupid crap that would shock a college student half the time. I have seen college students go, oh my god, I can't believe you're mean to me. I'm not being mean, I'm being actually honest. One, if the person makes you uncomfortable, get the frick out of Dodge, do not pass go, 200, just go, get out. And I mean that in the most kindest way. Do not let a person who treat you like crap treat you like you are a freaking child. And this is my imitation of Weeaboo Billy. I need my mommy. I want my mommy. Why won't you date me? I want to be your boyfriend. I literally had to yell that. I literally had to hear that from that kid. I felt like I was his mommy replacement. FYI, according to his brother, which, yes, by the way, his brother and I are actually good friends, he lied about his age. When he started stalking me when he was 14 years old, he told me he was 16. Age of consent in Colorado is 16. Honestly, I honestly think it should be 18. That's just my 2 cents on that matter. I literally told people I did not feel comfortable going to Roundham in college, him following me around my college course, because that's what he did. He followed me throughout fucking college. He was like, oh, I'm his twin. I'm her twin. I was not his friend. I was a freaking college student who was 27 years old and he was a 14-year-old. Why? Why do people assume I was leading him on? I was never leading him on. I was never leading him on. I was a fucking college student who did not know how old this kid was until his older brother had to tell me that he was 14. I also did not want to hang out with him after a while because he came off as really creepy. What 14-year-old follows a 27-year-old to her freaking classes when he should be at school himself? Holy freaking hell, man! And that was why Weeaboo Billy got told by the college security to leave me alone. And unfortunately, it never got resolved. There's no happy ending. There is no pass go and say hello. I am super pissed because someone else now has to deal with the drama, and that person is my freaking friend who, let's face it, she may not be a genius, she may not, but she doesn't deserve half the shit. So to everyone, whoever you are, and you see this video, do me the wonderful favor of telling me that what I'm doing is the right thing. Because I don't want an incident like this to ever happen again. Where you guys have to be there to hear another story of a girl getting sexually assaulted by somebody, all because she's an anime nerd. FYI, I never got sexually assaulted. I never allowed him much access to my life because, let me tell you, buddies, I told him no. I shut him down. And a couple of his friends, including one friend of mine by the name of LX, if you are out there, thank you very much for pretending to be his friend and telling and lying to him. Lying may actually save my By the way, I will be, again, going through, a lot of my gaming, video games for the next couple of months. There will be a video game sale. Yes, I'm selling some games. One is going to be Final Fantasy Type 0. I don't know if that's mine, but I know there's a couple games that I will be, auctioning off. The money that goes to it is actually going to my cousin, to help his family who are trying to get out of the Ukraine, who are now stuck in Germany waiting for their passports and information because, well, wouldn't you know it, their stuff got damaged. So they had to leave with the, with everything on their back. And I am not fucking kidding. This is not a joke. My family, has a lot of, different people in it. Some of them are, I have Asian cousins, I have, cousins from Japan, I have cousins from everywhere. Okay, it's not just Japan, it's not just China. I have a couple Korean cousins on my mother's side. I have many, many cousins on my father's side, which are a huge number of people. There's, my aunt Mindy, there's all sorts of people in my family who are completely amazing people. And, I wish there was something more I can do to help them, but I can't. I am like a total I am a poor broke person, and I am working on my own life, trying to fix and repair a lot of things, because there's people who, and one of which is, again, the girl who, at the beginning of this video, I talked about, who wanted to declaw a 7-plus-year-old cat. What I found out that happened to her, I would not wish on my worst enemy. Apparently, Weeaboo Billy decided to be a vindictive little ass and gave her and her family bedbugs back in, I believe, 2016, 2015. I cannot stress to you how much that is horrifying to me. That is a terrible thing to have happen. You have to understand that how this affects me is that I may not like the girl, but wishing bedbugs on her is petty, immature, rude, and I never want that to have happened to anyone. Least of all, somebody who, in her misguided attempt to be my friend, pissed everybody off. And honestly, if I ever see her again, I do owe her an apology for what happened. Because honestly, what happened to her was gross. It was very rude. It hurt not just her, it hurt myself, because she probably could have easily turned around and blamed me for it, and I don't want to be blamed for something that wasn't my fault. FYI, if you ever have somebody do that to you, where they just decide that it is worth ruining your life by lying, cheating, stealing, or much less trying to tell you that you deserve what she did not do anything wrong. I literally cannot fathom what happened, because one, it was rude Two, she didn't deserve it. And while I may not be friends with her, her life could have easily been ruined because of what they could have done to her and what they could have hurt. And I am, like, beyond sorry for her because honestly, I am a good person and I don't ever like to wish bad like that because I've been there. And I hope she understands why I had told her to avoid him, to not engage, do not talk to him, because honestly, it was... And if anyone says it was her fault, shame on you. You do not understand the situation. You probably wanted somebody to talk to, wanted a friend, and ended up with a freaking jerk. So, yeah, to Takara, again, I'm really sorry you went through that. That is just, to me, terrible and horrifying because, you didn't deserve it. You're not a bad person. We may not agree with each other, but I honestly don't really ever want you to feel like I would ever wish something like that on you, ever. I am so sorry about that. And honestly, to Weeaboo Billy, if you see this, fuck you. You are a horrible human being. I cannot believe you lied and you hurt somebody like that. That is like beyond... I don't know whether to say I'm angry about it, but also the fact is, no, she didn't deserve it. I'm sorry, but my integrity is on the line here, and my integrity says that, she never deserved it. So, to Takara, this is for you. I am sorry. I know that we have our differences. We have a lot of things that we need to work out on our own. But when somebody does something like this to you, I am so angry because, one, it paints me in a bad light, because you could easily have turned around and turned this against me, saying I was the one who caused this and that I hurt you like this, when in fact I really feel like we need to sit down and figure this one out, where you do not deserve what Weeaboo Billy did. You are not a bad person. You are a very nice person when you want to be. You are not a... You could be a pain in my ass. Yes, you can be. But, you know what? I'm overlooking that. Because guess what? So am I. I'm a pain in the ass too. I'm not gonna lie to you. What happened was beyond my understanding of negligence on my part. But beyond anything, my biggest concern, and I do really wish you could have actually consulted your mother, because, Weeaboo Billy is a known pedophile. He could have put you and your family at risk if there was a minor in the house. I don't know what his proclivities are, per se, because, only thing I witnessed was back in I believe 2013, 2015, where he was asking out a minor, a 14-year-old, I believe, or a 15-year-old, and he was inviting her to his hotel room, which is I don't sugarcoat this, but I really did not feel comfortable with what he was doing, because one, I'm an aunt, or was an aunt, and I do not really, if there is a minor and I am friends with that minor, my first inclination is protect the child, not protect him. My first inclination is to contact somebody, anybody. Honestly, I really feel like I really should say it. What Weeaboo Billy did was not only unsafe, unsanitary, and also puts a minor at risk. I cannot stress enough to the people at conventions, if you see him, please just contact the authorities. Don't I'm just gonna say it, just don't try to understand the situation. You are not, it's not your responsibility, but it is not right what he did to anyone. I am not a judge or jury at times, but I do have to say I have to judge him for his actions, because his actions could put a minor, i.e. you, at risk. And my biggest concern is not just for you, but also if your nephew was in the house, I would possibly say I would have told you to just tell him to leave. I really, really do not envy what happened. I really don't. Because honestly, I cannot imagine the kind of things that he did or said to you, because honestly, I can't be there to talk to you and say, hey, I know how you feel. You are not the only one that he's done this to. But unfortunately, I am gonna have to say it. You are not his girlfriend. You are not his friend. You are not him. And I hope and I do say, hey, I don't want to be your friend, but I wanted to make you understand. I know where you're coming from, and I know what you went through. Because, guess what? He did the same thing to me. He made me feel uncomfortable. He made me feel like I couldn't speak out. And I couldn't tell you that I was, embarrassed. And, honestly, this isn't this isn't AS, okay? This is not AS. This is a issue in the fan base where they allow something like this to come in, and when you do speak out, you're suddenly told, oh, you're being, ableist. You're being, in air quotes, ableist. He's special needs. You need to be nice to him. FYI, no, you don't. Just so you know, you do not need to be friends with somebody who is a known quantifier of a pedophilic act. Why would you be that? I'm just gonna say that now. Why? Why put yourself in that position? I am not gonna put you in a position as somebody who's gone through it and has spoken out and have been called an ableist, who has been called all this shit. Let me tell you, I'm not. I put boundaries. I have friends with special needs. I have friends who are learning disabled. And I'm just gonna say it. You are not that special. FYI, Weeaboo Billy, you are not special. You are a fucking joke. And you are treating people with disabilities like cattle, and you are not disabled. I don't believe you. And, I want proof. I am not going to be one of those people that sits idly by and say, oh, I believe him because... No, I absolutely don't. Because guess what? I'm not really, yeah. I'm sorry, but I'm not. And here's the thing that I am going to tell people. Let me tell you a little factoid. One, just because somebody is special needs does not give you the right to tell me that my judgment, nay, my boundaries are too high. My boundaries are set in such a manner that I am taking into the account I may end up with a child with me. I may have a person who is a minor. That their safety is a little more important than a grown man baby who can't freaking figure it out. Because guess what? You're not, I'm not gonna allow a freaking man baby like, Weeaboo Billy to turn around and judge my friends for not being his friend. And trust me, I have heard it all. I have heard him make excuses and be an utter piece of, horse caca over it. I'm not telling people, hey, be nice to this person. No, I am telling you, if you are not comfortable with an individual and they are performing or doing something that makes you, the individual, uncomfortable, guess what? You have the right to say no. You have the right to shut down the entire conversation and shut down everything he's doing. Because, guess what? It's not your responsibility to be his quote-unquote friend. I'm saying that now as somebody who has been there and has had people do it to me. You are not going to have to deal with his freakish bad behavior. By the way, I am not going to be tolerating his attitude or behaviors because, for starters, I've been there. I've been in his, I want my mommy. You're supposed to like me. And I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it to you guys now. No. I'm not supposed to be his mother. I'm not supposed to be his friend. I am supposed to be, guess what? I am supposed to have kids of my own. I am supposed to be an adult. I am supposed to be guess what? A mature adult. And I do not tolerate childish behavior where I'm not allowed to speak my mind. FYI, yes, that is exactly what he did. He told me I wasn't allowed to have friends outside of him. Guess what? I have friends outside of him. And it irritates the fuck out of him every single time because guess what? I don't tolerate horseshit. And when people say I am being rude or facetious toward him, I'm not. I am being an adult. When I tell people I am being an adult, that means the term adulting is not a real term. I don't use it. And I really wish people would stop using it. Because guess what? It makes you look stupid. It makes you look immature, and it makes you really, really dumb. Because they're gonna turn around, and somebody's gonna say something to you, and you're going to feel like, oh crap, yes, somebody's mad at me. I also want to call out to another YouTuber who is in a different genre of stuff than what I do, and my video games and stuff. And for his actions and his amazing the amazing work he does, Lloyd Evans, you are a gem. We don't deserve you. Honestly, we don't. You are a freaking gem, and I love your videos because guess what? I have friends who are ex-JWs, and they're the ones that turned me on to your channel and gave me a perspective of what's going on in their lives. Because guess what? Your words of wisdom got them out of a cult. Out of a dangerous situation that could have gotten a lot worse because one of my friends was legally blind. And they told her that the cornea surgery would have been against God's wishes. And I wish I was kidding. I really wish I was, because her father, who was a former elder, believed the doctor more than he believed what these elders were telling him. He decided, because guess what, he's physically in, emotionally out, and he actually thanked me for being a very supportive worldly friend, and I'm very thankful to him for a lot of things because he helped me back in college because I was in a very uncomfortable situation, and yeah, so I have a lot to thank. I thank you every day because I still have two amazing good friends who got out, and they have me to thank. And I hope that this message reaches you because I have no other way of getting a hold of you other than through YouTube, because I'm not allowed to post anything on your Facebook because you privated everything. So all I am is just following your Facebook. And again, thank you. I appreciate a lot of your channel because you show a lot of what the struggle really is for these people to get out of a cult and out of a situation that mirrors the fact that they were in something that could have potentially made their lives so much worse. My friend could have been legally blind. She could not, she would not be able to hold down a job. She would not been able to meet her husband. And she would have been stuck in a position that she was in for relative decades. So I thank you for helping her and making her life so much better and so much easier, and I hope whatever thing you believe in, I'm a practicing pagan, so our faith alignment is very different. I think our D&D alignment is probably completely different, but you know what, I really do appreciate you, so so to anyone who talks badly about him, guess what? I will defend him because, guess what? It's hard enough when you actually make a mistake and you own up to it and you're doing so well by owning it up and being open because, you're showing you're absolutely a human being. Because, my fuck-ups have been pretty epic. I mean, I am apologizing to a girl who I personally don't like because of something that was also beyond her control, and I really wish and hope she sees this video and says, oh, she does care. Because I do, because, guess what? You didn't do anything wrong, and people make mistakes. So, yeah, think about that. I've made some pretty bad mistakes in my life. One of which, believe it or not, involved this morning when I had to yell at my roommate that I was tired of getting used. Because I had to remind him that just because you believe in a god doesn't mean that, all beliefs lead to the same place. And he's in, I think he is in a cult too. He's part of the, Focus on the Family crowd, and I honestly am not a fan of them and their past actions, because I've seen their past actions, and some of it's pretty disgusting. I've been through a lot of deconstruction in my faith as a child, because the deconstruction for me was because I was learning disabled, and I learned that no matter how much I worked and how much I really wanted to, people didn't see me as a human being. They saw me as a disabled kid. They saw my learning disability and called me hopeless. My mother had to go sit through meetings once, and she really didn't like it. And because, I think the biggest one was in Texas, and I can tell you that horror story in a nutshell, because my mother, reminds me of it every single day because of how screwed up it could have gotten. Because, guess what? It was pretty bad. I will tell you, it was, bad. And you know what? I do not envy my mother one bit. Because guess who, has had to sit through meetings like that? And had to deal with teachers who probably shouldn't have been teaching. Then again, that's how people perceive you if you are a learning disabled adult and they see you and they see that disability, and then they forget that you are not your disability. You're not that disabled person. You're a human. How many people think human? Because they don't. I also went through a lot of anger issues over the years because people always talk about, oh, you're doing so well. Oh. I'm not being treated like a person. How wonderful. I guess I can just sit here and let you walk all over me. But again, that is definitely something I do talk about on here quite a bit because, you know what? Everybody else goes through the same phase, and most of the time, you walk out of it, you're just fine. But, yeah, it's sort of, I'm just gonna make a comment and another shout out to another YouTuber I am really fond of, and her name is Sugar. And Sugar went through pretty much the same thing I probably went through, except without the religious connotation, because I remember being in a group setting, and FYI, the person in question was a girl I was supposed to be friends with, and unfortunately she turned out to treat me like your first partner on your mission. I am not lying. There was a girl in my school who pretended to be my friend for half a year, all because she wanted to feel sorry for the disabled girl. And I think my little sister was the one who pointed out how fake this friendship really was. And I'm very thankful to my little sister, even though she's no longer with me and she's passed on. The fact that it took my 16-year-old then sister months to tell me, hey, you know, that girl that you're trying to be friends with? Yeah, just stop. She's just hurting you. Really? Yeah. She doesn't even want to be your friend. She just wants to use you and turn around and tell everybody how much of a good person she is in her church because she's feeling sorry for the special needs girl. And you know what? I literally should have listened much more to my sister about it, because guess what? Guess who tried to friend me on Facebook? Yeah. Just so you know, girl, yes, I am on to you. I am not gonna be little Miss Coy Innocent and say, ooh, you're my friend. No, Morella taught me quite a bit and how to see through fucking lies and deceit and bad things, because you know what? I don't need to go reminding myself that I'm not like everybody else and that I need to be... I am not a special little snowflake, by the way. I am a human being who wants to be treated just like everybody else. And it doesn't help anyone when you realize these people, particularly these people who think because you're disabled, you must need friendship. No. I don't need your friendship. By the way, yes, that actually happened. Yes, people are dips. Yes, people have done that. And no, you're not... When people start telling me about the whole you just want to be a special little snowflake, I'm going to mention this to everybody. When someone says the special snowflake it just gives me this rational shit of ideas of what I should just say to people who are complete and utter garbage when it comes to treating people with disabilities like, I don't know, actual human beings. I usually just sit there and I kind of give this glare, because sometimes there are people who are disabled that are complete assholes, and then there's people that are disabled that just, they don't know they're being used. And honestly, when you have to sit there and tell this person to their face, I don't think this person cares about you. It fucking sucks. Because it makes you look like, oh no, I am doing this just to be popular, or I'm doing this to get pity points, and no. That's not exactly what I'm doing. I am actually warning people, hey, so-and-so may be one of those kind of people. Can you do me a huge favor? What? Stop being friends with them because they're just throwing you out on a bus, and I really don't think that's good for you. So I'm just gonna be nice to you and tell you the truth. Just the fact alone actually saves you a lot of money. FYI, being learning disabled and the fact that I play video games, the reason I play video games is so my mind goes into the track, so I'm not thinking about it. Back when I was a kid, I used to think about what I could do to become a normal person, and then I later found out, why do I need to be a normal person? Because, why the frick do I have to be a human being like that? Or why do I have to be like everybody else? Because, oh my god, I want to be popular, and that's just fucking stupid. So, yeah. I don't want to be normal or like everybody else, and I really thought about this video that I witnessed, and it is a very interesting video. Oh god. Now they're doing chickens. So, now that I'm talking about it, I have seen some pretty strange... Okay. Please say they did not give me a chicken head this year. Or a chicken costume, for that matter. I'd much rather be a bunny rabbit. Thank you. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for listening to my rambling. Have a nice night.